From Jordan-Hare Stadium in Auburn, Alabama, you're watching SEC Saturday Night, presented by T-Mobile 5G Home Internet. Despite the season struggles, the crowd is back. It's a school record 20th consecutive sellout. And tonight, the Kentucky Wildcats come to town looking for their first conference win of the season against an Auburn team coming off of a tight one on the road at Arkansas. The Tigers trying to get repeat wins in the league for the first time this year. On the road last week against Arkansas was buoyed by great defensive fourth quarter performance. There's a huge hit in the hole and a gain of only one. David Rayner came in to lay the lick on Cobb.
Whew. And here you'll get that zero nose, Tom, with big David Gusta.
Little game up front. Cobb runs into trouble and a lose a yard. It's Rayner again.
Boy,
here comes a four-man rush. Daniels has to leave the pocket, and on the run, fires down the sideline, incomplete. Trying to find Cam Coleman. High school in suburban Atlanta. He dreamed of playing in the SEC, but had to go out west to make it work and finally come back towards home. He could very easily go to Arnold at any time. Jump ball on the sideline is incomplete. And the point of that being, he's looking for a spark, as he told Alyssa pregame. At one, and they get it off. Cobb searching for a hole. But 2 for 3 so far this evening. Third down 8. Pressure. Daniels with a pump fake. Cuts it back in. And that'll leave him 2.5 yards short. But he's not the type of personality that gets rattled by his mistakes. They show blitz. He goes over the middle to Kendrick Law, and Law stays on his feet for another 5. That's a first down of 18. In tough 2 years from a health standpoint, went just 1 for 4. He bounced back in a big way against Arkansas. And so when Hugh Freeze talks about wanting a spark and looking to Ashton Daniels for a spark,
let him shove defenders to the ground.
Addison has only played in 2 games this season. This is his first start. Teron Nichols is out with an injury as they turn to Cobb again.
Me as well that he hasn't been through a spring game here.
They're going tempo on third down. Caught Kentucky in a line change. Daniels flicks it down the field and out of bounds, avoiding the sack.
Just does not have that game experience in an Auburn uniform.
The hardwood. Spent 3 seasons at Oregon. Boley pulls it back and created some magic. It's a first down run for the freshman, just when McGowan got destroyed.
Well, when you hear attack the mesh, Amaris Williams just put that in Webster's dictionary. Auburn defense flies in to crash that mesh. Cutter Boley with an excellent read. Scoots ahead for first down yardage for the Cats.
In fact, he just ran for a first down to close the first quarter, and they converge on Kendrick Law, who somehow gets through. Law is able to scramble up the sideline on that throw behind the line of scrimmage and pick up 9 yards.
Do the work. This is something this Auburn defense has not been guilty of much this season. 2 defenders come up, have opportunities. Kayan Lee and Sylvester Smith. But Kendrick Law, that's a 400-pound bencher. He's pound for pound one of the strongest players on this field tonight, showing you why.
They'll indeed mark it as a first down, and it's the first time Kentucky faced with a 2nd and 15 now. McGowan full head of steam, and he cuts back against the grain. What a beautiful run to pick up the first down before Jacquez Robinson brings him down after a pickup of 18.
So McGowan's going to cut back to where the puller came from. Just a massive cutback, a loss of contained backside from DJ Durkin's defense.
Looking for our first points of the night. And he splits the uprights from 48 out. And Kentucky draws first blood after a 9-play, 44-yard stadium. Going dark mode. We were there for that event last year. It is something special. Ashton Daniels first start as a Tiger, and he gets swallowed up and dropped. First sack of the night for Kentucky. And this is an Auburn program, Cole, that's trying to figure out who's best. We were here a couple of weeks ago from Missouri, and quarterback draw, and he's taken down again. A failure on the Auburn offensive line, and another Big stop for the Cats.
Right back into the front side B gap of this run play. So Ashton Daniels running right back into the looper. It's an excellent call by Brad White. Kentucky was talk about it that way.
It was a devastating start against South Carolina. Turned it over on 3 straight possessions and basically lost the game in the second quarter. And as that applies to Auburn's defense, I asked DJ. Three-man rush. Boley with a spy on him, goes over the middle to the other tight end. This is Josh Caddis. He takes it past midfield on a gain of 11.
Boy, what a read from Cutter Boley.
And plus territory for the first time tonight. Cobb has been bottled up. He gets nowhere. Jared Smith, the second in on the stop for Kentucky. Auburn's got 3 timeouts remaining. Daniels rolls away from the pressure and nobody's there. Tigers still have 3 opportunities to stop the clock if they can pick up a first down. Daniels sack! Kentucky takes him down, led by Khalil Sanders.
Will not be picked up. Other pressure from the right side of the offensive line as well. Early penetration causes that. The loop man is the one who's supposed to come around and get the sack, but it was the penetrator, Steven Souls Jr., who ends up getting to the quarterback. You have to slam that down, go shoulder to shoulder, bump that.
Four-man rush. Bullied, picked off, hit him in the chest, and an opportunity for Auburn. Jaquez Robinson with the takeaway, his first of the year, and the Tigers with a minute left are back into plus territory. In McPherson's range already and still 2 timeouts in their pocket. Cobb again left side. This time maybe picked up a foot. Ashton Daniels stands tall in the pocket. Everybody's covered. Can't take a sack, and he delivers incomplete off of Cam Coleman. 9.
Cam Coleman lined up inside now.
They roll left. Daniels gets rid of it, incomplete through the hands of Eric Singleton. Would have been short anyway. Now 3rd and goal. They'll bring out Alex McPherson. And Cutter Boley has thrown an interception in 5 consecutive games. It's tied for the most in the FBS. Here's Cameron Miller, true freshman receiver from Camden, New Jersey. But they're without Jamori Macklin, out due to injury tonight. One of a handful of scholarship players banged up. This guy's back and healthy, and he's running like it. And Seth McGowan picks up a first down. Kentucky 2 for 6 on 3rd down this evening. Auburn shows pressure. Bully lets it go right at the stick for a first down to Fred Ferrier. Only the 5th catch of the season for the senior from Frankfurt.
Plays to pick up yards. Watch Dante Dowdell here step up, bam, square up that defender. Excellent job picking, and then decide who's going to drop, who's going to rush.
Bully floats one down the sideline and is caught inbounds. It's Fred Ferrier, their 2nd. And a first down for Kentucky on a gain of 32.
Looking for that honey hole shot. Ball has just enough air under it not to be intercepted. What a catch from Fred Ferrier. I'm not even sure how he contorted his body to be able to get up and make that reception.
Kensley Lador foul. Willie Rodriguez back in there. And he springs Law on the screen, and Law takes it across the goal line. Our first touchdown of the night under Kendrick Law. Catch and run. What a job. Ankle injury.
And Josh Caddis out in front, and Rodriguez comes across the outside, gets just enough of Jay Crawford, who gambles at the line of scrimmage, trying to negate the screen. We told you earlier, Kendrick Law.
Lineman in the backfield that time. Here's Cobb. Folded up at the line of scrimmage.
That play looked like it had a chance. Dylan Wade pulling out front again. Going to come. Could be cover one here. Single safety.
They load up on the center again. And Cobb gets buried for a loss of 1. To the sideline for the play. Pocket collapses again, and Daniels can't spin free. He slings it out on his way down. It was Khalil Saunders who spun him down, and they'll say he was down before the ball came out. And the 4th sack of the night for Kentucky.
You're just looking to occupy multiple offensive linemen there. But Khalil Saunders doesn't just occupy offensive linemen. He knocks the center, Khalil Ellis, a gap over. Move.
To the slant, and that's good for a first down. If you look at the trend for Mark Stoops, last year was a losing season after they had built for so many years. As we approach the 4th quarter, they're down 7 for Cutter Boley. Auburn brings 5. Boley delivers. Good for the first down on the first catch of the game for Hardly Gilmore, the 4th.
From that offensive line, and you saw sort of the pitter-patter from Cutter Boley in the pocket. Uncertainty about if, when he should get rid of that football more late. Nice catch by Gilmore in traffic.
Be the final play of the quarter. It's Dante Dowdell up the right side.
Kentucky offense.
They bring 4 over the middle to Kendrick Law. Into Auburn territory, but well short of a first down.
Look that you like.
5th play of the drive. Arnold gets sacked. Alex Safari Jr. with the 5th sack of the night for Kentucky. I'm not sure if Cam Newton would make a difference at quarterback tonight, the way the O-line's been playing. 7 on 3rd and medium or longer tonight. 4-man rush. They get him again. Arnold tries to bounce it, and he gets taken down just past the line of scrimmage. And here's a conundrum for Hugh Freeze. You're going to punt it away, but Mark Stoops and Bush Hamden's Kentucky offense have shown the ability to bleed the clock. I'm not sure how much time will be left unless DJ Durkinson can work some magic. All right, thanks, Dari. Cutter Boley going to work, and he delivers it on time, fitting it into his tight end, Josh Caddis. Make fights. This is the type of game that Mark Stoops made his money on early in his Kentucky career. Here's Law turning it upfield. Doing his best, Lynn Bowden, but trying to shorten the game. Yep. Punch you in the mouth and take your punches.
That one counts.
Auburn brings 4 near side. That's good for the first down to Cameron Miller. Bush Hamden told us this week we want to get Miller on the field. And then they went with Ashton Daniels to start the game this evening. Former 5-star recruit, number 3 in his class. And a loss of at least a yard for Cobb. Alex Safari Jr. Another stop, and it's going to set up 3rd and long.
And that obviously impacts your play call here.
Kentucky brings pressure. Arnold goes down again. Another sack for the Cats. Brad White brought the house. Steven Souls was the first one there.
If we can talk outside, Mason Murphy, decent depth, but opens up those hips a little bit too early and gives Steven Souls a short edge to the quarterback who had dropped past his set point. This is an excellent rush, an excellent
clock all the way down under 5. He wants to throw. Adjusts, puts a dunk up. It is intercepted. Taken away by Auburn. Still on his feet past the 50. There is a ball came loose late. Anquan Fagans had the pick after Boley got hit as he threw. Did Kentucky get it back or not?
Running on the field was an interception by Auburn. During the return, he fumbled the ball. The ball was recovered by Kentucky. The Kentucky's ball, first down and 10.
And it's a first down. Continues. Fagans had the pick, and then it was stripped away by Cameron Miller, pursuing from the backside.
It's a true freshman making that play, by the way.
And then
a heads-up play right there.
Believe Miller was the one that recovered it as well. Kentucky won a game scoring 10 or fewer, 2011 against Tennessee. Matt Roark went 4 for 6 in that game as the quarterback. Incomplete to the near side. That was the one that ended that long losing streak. Rare start his first of the season tonight at one cornerback spot. Daniels goes deep. It is overthrown and no flag on the coverage from Ty Bryant. He held up Eric Singleton Jr. and it leaves 3rd and 7.
I'm not sure it's a catchable football. Number one.
Not even in the shot. 4-man rush again. Daniels double pumps, trying to scramble and gets dropped at the 40-yard line by Tavian Gadsden. Timeout taken by Auburn with 1:07 remaining.
Trying to find a crosser late, but an excellent job by Kentucky defending that. You get the twist to the left side. This is more just a coverage sack. The offensive line held up fairly well. And Justin Daniels.
Here comes pressure. Steps up. Fires complete. There's a first down right at the marker for Cam Coleman. Kentucky said the ball came loose, and an injured offensive lineman's got to waddle up to the line. Under a minute to play. Daniels near side, batted away, no flag. Clock stops at 52. J.Q. Hardaway on the coverage on Thompson.
He's filled in well there before this season.
52 seconds left. Pressure again. Daniels jumps and throws it out of bounds. He was inside the tackle box, and Mark Stoops, arms outstretched, begging to get an intentional grounding call. Eric Singleton was about 15 yards away. 0-5 in the league this year. Daniels down the seam, complete for a first down to the 35-yard line to Preston Howard by rule. About 10 seconds came up between plays. Daniels flushed. Incomplete. Batted down by Hardaway. And Kentucky is just trying to survive this final 25 seconds. Justin Jones is the 3rd down back in this 2-minute offense. Daniels pressured from behind, off 1 foot, incomplete again. 20 seconds left, 3rd and 10. See if Auburn has a miracle in its pocket. 3rd and 10. First start for Ashton Daniels. They bring the house again, and he's taken down. 7th sack of the night for Kentucky. Sam Green gets there, and the clock is Auburn's biggest enemy now. They have to hustle to get in position. With 3 seconds left, last play of the game. Daniels heaves it towards the end zone. Only Cats are there. It's Jordan Lovett with the interception, and Mark Stoops in Kentucky come on the road and get a 10-3 win. First league win of the season for the Cats. And you can see the pressure coming off of the shoulders of Kentucky's winningest coach. First win since their upset in Oxford last September. It ends a 10-game losing streak in the league. Connor Boley led the way. Kentucky's defense was sensational with 7 sacks. This was a Mark Stoops kind of game. He's with Alyssa Lang.
Coach, Tom Hart just said this was a Mark Stoops kind of game. You guys have faced adversity all season long. You did in this game. How was your team able to pull this one out on the road?
Just a team effort. So happy, so proud. You know, we've been getting better. We've been up and down. Like a lot of people, it's tough. Just grateful for this team, these players. They hung in there. They believe. They don't flinch. I love them.
7 sacks by your defense tonight. They swarmed Auburn's offense all night. What can you say about that group top to bottom?
Really proud of our defense. We didn't have our best effort a week ago, and we bounced back. And that's the pride that we're looking for. We knew how good their defense was as well. Proud of Cutter in this offense and hanging in there, making just enough plays.
Coach, this team has talked so much about the brotherhood that has grown throughout the course of the season. You at the top of that. What does this one mean to you and your career with this program?
It means an awful lot. You know, I can't lie, it's one victory, but we've been through a lot, and it's been a long time, let's be honest. And so it means a lot. It's emotional. You're trying to get me to cry.
I'm not.
All right, thank you.
Congrats, Coach.
Thank you.
Mark Stoops is a very proud man, and for good reason, but it has been a difficult road over the last year and a half, and he senses the frustration.